Test, 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 test.
Hi, Jen.
Yes.
Hey, yoo-hoo!
Hi.
Hello, Jen.
Hello, all you.
How are you?
I'm good. I had a lot of talking. I'm doing interviews for the past, what is it now? Now it's like what, 6? For the past 5 hours today.
Wow,
Yeah,
crazy.
I get slammed with interviews. That's pretty much how my last 3 weeks looked like, answering questions. But I'm so aware that you guys will have the most amazing material to talk about because you're not just a person that writes for a newspaper. You're special. You are with us. You are
Yeah,
our family.
okay.
Thank
Now
you.
I'm nervous.
Sweet
Now
of
I'm
you.
nervous.
Thank you. For this reason, Troy was difficult to speak because the question are very.
What?
Mm.
Okay, you guys, I gotta go. Bye.
Sorry, I have the dog.
How are you
Yes.
guys? Everybody doing good? Everybody healthy? Everybody safe?
Healthy, yes. Safe, yes. Again in lockdown.
Yeah, we are on another lockdown too, and they discuss curfew now from 9 to. And the most craziest thing just happened this morning. They released another law because I always have to check for my music school if I can keep it open. And they released the law that I can teach children who go to school, but I can't teach grown-ups like adults.
Why?
I don't know. It's so weird. It doesn't make sense anymore.
Please explain this.
I don't have a clue. I really don't understand. And I'm close to just, called my other teachers and I'm like, you know what? We're going to just do it. We're just going to teach. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's getting really ridiculous here in Germany.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go teach again and see my kids and play music together with them because, online teaching is not the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing is the same online.
It's too many
True.
months. Too many months. Again, 1 year.
Yeah.
You need to come back to the life, to bring
Yes.
back to life.
Yes, we need to bring us to life
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So before the interview start,
Yeah.
you know the White Snakes, the band.
I know Whitesnake. I'm friends with their guitar player, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Joel
but,
Hoekstra.
I think 20 years ago, me and my band opened a show of the White Snake here in Italy. It's incredible.
Whoa.
So I'm so honest. I'm not a fan. I heard just by name because the White Snake is not the kind of music I listen every day. But
that's Evanescence, of course, right? Yeah, of course, it's Evanescence.
Not only Evanescence.
Hey.
So the last album is Imagine Dragons LP.
Yeah.
She has amazing voice.
Nice. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. And other bands, but not only Evanescence, but is the first one in the row.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Even I am listening to the album these days. Like I have the LP and I'm listening to it nonstop. It's just so much fun. And I usually never do that. When I'm done with an album, like my Insanity solo album, when I was done with the mixing and the mastering, the last thing on planet Earth would be to listen to those songs again. But with this one, I'm like, I feel like whenever I listen to the music, it brings my heart closer to Amy and the guys, which is so beautiful, and I just miss them like crazy. It's
because you can hear the final product as the whole.
You're
like
together
with you. Yeah.
You're together with your family again. And if somebody would have told me that last February when we went away from Nashville after recording the first 4 songs, everybody was like, "Badi, ba. Okay, see you next time. See you next month. All right, safe travels." And then this shit happened.
Yeah.
If somebody would have told me like, "Hey, you're gonna not see your band and your friends for over a year," I was like, "Oh God, this pandemic sucks ass."
Yeah. Are you ready?
So
yes, I'm here. Woohoo!
You ready? Okay.
So ready.
Already.
As you were talking about, you were stuck in Germany during
and it sucks.
The whole recording session.
You know what? Actually, I should tell you another story first. So last weekend,
Yes.
I was close to traveling to Istanbul.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the
What
thing.
happened?
Don't
they
choke
wanted
yourself,
they
baby.
wanted to fly me into the States, but the problem is there's no direct flight these days leaving. I have to go to a non-Schengen country and quarantine for 2 weeks before I travel to the United States of America.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I think I'll do this. You know, first they check Canada, borders closed. Then they check Iceland, borders closed. Then they check Turkey, and I'm like, okay, Turkey's not too bad. You know, like, well, I'm going to sit. It's a hotel room. It doesn't matter where on the planet that hotel room is. So I said, okay. And then our management booked me on a flight leaving Sunday afternoon. All right. I was like, okay, I'm packed. I'm ready. I got my PCR test and everything. And it says you're going to get the result of the test within 48 hours. Me at the check-in at the airport, packed suitcase, guitar. Well, no PCR test result. I'm like, and now? She's like, no, well, I can't let you on the flight. And I'm like, oh, no. So I called the management. I'm like, what am I going to do now? They said, okay, reschedule for tomorrow. I rescheduled for another flight on Monday at 11 o'clock in the morning. Then I was like, well, my PCR test will not be valid then. Did another PCR test at the airport, paid a whole bunch of money to get the result within 6 hours, drove 2 hours back home. In that evening, filling out the form again for pandemical threat entry, immigration, blah, 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 with the new flight number, did everything, waited for the test result, no test result. 9 hours later, the test result arrived. I'm like, yeah, I can travel. I'll make this happen. But then our tour manager called me and he was like, Jen, the USA just put Turkey on the really high-risk level countries. And they were like, even if I make it to Turkey and quarantine for 2 weeks, there's no 100% guarantee that there are even flights leaving to the States when I'm done with the quarantine. And I said, okay, you know what? This is like getting really, really fucked up. And then he said, well, we also checked for Germany. So it could be that you can't even make it home, even though you have a German passport. And I said, wait a minute. Or you're telling me that I'll be stuck in Turkey for who knows how long in one room? Oh my God. The whole thing didn't happen. Bummer. So yeah, I'm stuck in Germany.
Luckily, it didn't happen because otherwise you have to be there.
Yeah, you're right.
So I want to ask you, how did you find your mental sanity, your way to relate with the recording session from a distance from Germany?
Okay. Really, honestly, my life, thanks to Amy and the guys, existed of airplane, hotel, venue, concert, tour bus, hotel, airport, jet lag, flight, you know, all that for the past years. And out of a sudden, the major ingredient of my life was just taken away from me. And when this pandemic hit, all my input that I had was my couch in my living room. Awesome. And I really learned that when your life has a lot of input, you create a lot of output. And I know that a lot of my colleagues said that music is like therapy and it helps them. And I got to a point where it made my heart bleed to play music because it always reminds me with every note that I played that I'm not able to see Amy and the guys and be playing shows for all of you guys and not traveling, not connecting with everybody, you know, and it became really hard for me to create. And when we recorded together, it was all fine. But when I got the file sent, you know, the second half of the recordings, Amy and the boys were able to meet at Nick's studio. And when they sent me the files, it's like you close your eyes, put your headphones on, and then you listen and you're with everybody in one room and you feel connected again. And then you open up your eyes and you're alone in a room. It was not easy, really. And if somebody would have asked me how the first real album recording with Amy and the guys would be like, I would have not imagined it the way it was. I really missed the feedback. You know, sometimes when I record guitars, or Troy records, or, you know, the band is together and Amy's like in the back of the studio and, you know, even just the tiniest little comment like, oh, that was cool, try that again. You get input and that helps you, but nobody was here giving me any input. Of course, I mean, that's just how it worked because I'm in Germany. And what I really missed was input from the guys and Amy and Nick as well. Nick is a fantastic producer and a beautiful person with such an amazing energy and imagination. What a song demands is incredible. And then I sit here and I do like one take and I'm like, silence. Like, was that good enough? Shall I do it again? Yeah, let me do it again. I can do it better. So I played again. Was that good enough? Nah, let me do it again. I honestly, I think I made up to like 2,000 guitar tracks and had to figure out which one to send. I sent them last minute because I was just not sure, you know, am I good enough for this? Am I delivering what they expect me to deliver? But Nick's first answer after I sent him the files was awesome.
Whoa.
So, okay, well, okay, that's good. So okay, I did okay.
Jen, I've been thinking of you so much during this.
During all of this.
Second session.
That's so true.
After you said your words, I'm feeling, wow, what is possible she make a registration like this? Awesome! It's more this. It's more this, Nick said, awesome!
Jen, the album is amazing.
And you know the funniest thing actually about this, not funny, but one of the impressive things about The Bitter Truth for me personally, I remember they sent me the files for Better Without You. And I took my headphones, listened, closed my eyes, was with everybody together. And then I opened up my eyes and said, well, I got to listen again because the song, the way they produced it in Nashville, it sounded so perfect to my ears that I didn't want to play anything on top just for the sake of playing. Of course, when we play live, I'm going to play the same riff like Troy. And it's going to be massive. It's going to be so cool. But the thing is, I was like, I'm not the type of person or musician that would play just to get credits and just to be like, you know, I played on this song. If the song doesn't demand it, I would rather just not. And so I texted Amy. I'm like, Amy, what am I going to do now? Like, I feel like what you guys recorded is beautiful and perfect. I don't want to ruin that. And then she said, sing.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to sing. I'm going to record vocals. So I ended up singing on 90% of the songs, I would say. And especially Better Without You, where I have this little tiny solo spot. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud. And also, it's the first album in the history of Evanescence. I mean, you guys know. What somebody else has recorded than Amy. I'm like,
And from a distance, too. That is not easy.
Well, I've got my recording devices here, so that was okay. The singing was okay. It's just with the guitar, I was so insecure and just waited for feedback, but the feedback was awesome. So I'm like, okay.
Cool. Okay. You made it. So for the vocal parts you recorded, how it was like to send it to Amy and Nick and the other band members, and how was it like to listen to the final product in the end?
Okay, so let's start reverse. Like to listening to the final mix, I was like, is it gonna be in there? Is it gonna be in there? Oh my God, will they? Is it gonna be in there? Am I gonna? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, is it gonna be in there? So I was super nervous, and like my heart jumped up and down when I heard like, oh, they left it in there. That was my little vocal idea. Cool. And to be honest, when you are in, it's so corny. When you are in a beautiful band environment, like with Amy and the guys, you don't feel ashamed of anything. You don't feel afraid of failing, because, you know, that's something you have to learn by growing older and getting more secure about what you do. And it's just learning that it's okay to fail. Well, I would have been fine if they said, well, we don't want these vocal parts. And that's totally fine. You know, it's to have...
That's the bitter truth.
To be honest, yeah, that's the bitter truth. Remember that one show we did in Voronezh in Russia, the acoustic show?
We love it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So that show, for example, I remember that we had like normal stage badges in front of us, and the boys and I were sitting in like one row, and each one of them said after the show, they were like, "Wow, man, great background vocals. I never hear them usually." So you know, it's beautiful when you have that tender, awesome, comfortable environment of friends that work with you. And I never felt weird of sending anything, especially not to Amy. I mean, she's an incredible vocalist, and not only vocalist, but also musician, composer. Even the editing, like working in a DAW and you know, editing stuff. She's just fucking fantastic. And I can only consider myself really lucky that I am allowed to be in a band with people where I can learn so much from, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She owned it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I the only one wearing Evanescence merchandise right now?
Yeah.
Yes. But,
wow.
But you can see
there.
behind me.
Look there.
Okay, yes, I see that.
You remember this?
Oh, the drum head?
Yeah. It's for my birthday.
Yes.
It's the
I
first
remember.
time. I have a story to tell you. First time I will see in Italy in July. It's the first time I see a show after the self-titled album and the synthesis tour. And I remember good. I tell you something, maybe you never forget. Now the picture is complete. You put the sign in the painting.
You make me cry.
Oh.
Say that. Oh, thank you. It's a lot of people say that.
What is this? Everybody, we make an interview, is you feeling like a band. Maybe for the first time in, band and family and friends and brother and sister. Maybe for the first time in the story of Evanescence.
Yeah.
Well, I can say anything to the prior life before I got to be working with these fabulous people, but I've always thought that, you know, it's normal to have a band or a crew where one person is like a little bit, you know, not so cool. And I didn't know better until I met Amy and the guys. And Amy has a fantastic talent of grouping awesome, good, honest people around her.
And there you are.
And that group of people, not only us band members, but also our crew, you know, everybody carries a lot of respect for each other. And it's beautiful to have this team that is not a lot of, how to say that, a lot of bands like that size, there's the artist and there's the crew. And with us, it's not like that, because the crew wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the artist, and the artist wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the crew. Yeah, and so, you know, it's very important that you all work together as this big team and this loving family on the road. Because, I mean, the show, you heard me probably say that a million times, the show is only 90 minutes. What about the other 22 and a half hours every day on tour? And Amy is just really, really good at gathering good people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You too.
It's maybe, I don't know if we can relate to this, but for us as fans, it's something like this, because the live show, as you said, it's 90 minutes, but gathering with your friends, to stay up the night before, the organization of the event, all these things is the magic of the live show.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's in some kind of way, it's the same.
And I heard that a lot, that people would say like, wow, you guys really come across as more as friends and family than just a band. I heard that so many times, and it's true.
So Jen, what kind of new equipment did you use for this new album, The Bitter Truth? Did you use any new amps, effects, guitars?
Well, you asked me now. It's so long ago. Well, I know that I've been using my Line 6 Helix pedal board and used my stage gear that is in Nashville at SIR. So it's Synergy amps. I have 2 units of the synth 5050. And so I literally played the same equipment like I play live. My Ibanez guitars, I believe that I had Ibanez sent me one more additional 7-string guitar with a 27-inch scale, but that was it. And I haven't seen the guitar in 19 months now? The last show we played was September 26th in Russia in the year 2019. It's too long. Yeah.
Don't go mad.
That was the last time I saw my guitars. Seriously, ever since then, haven't seen my guitars.
Okay.
And of course, I mean, I played my 7-string here at home for the guitar files that I sent.
So what about how you're currently going through the pandemic? How did you came up with Jen Styles of the week videos idea? We love them.
They are so funny.
Yeah, they're so cool. You're so funny.
Well, the thing is, I believe if I, for myself, do something on a weekly base, it'll keep me sane. And I need that. I did the 1-minute jams last year, which was so much fun and so cool, but it's really, really stressful. If you have to rely on people all over the world to send you video and audio in time, that you have time to edit the video and do everything, it's so stressful. So I said to myself, I want to do something that I can stress about as much as I want, because it's just me. And the style of the week, I thought, is a nice mixture of a little bit of education, not only for guitar players, but, educate people, like make them learn something in a very smooth, entertaining way. And I thought it's just, I see how people react to it and how people think about different styles, and everybody learns a little bit, and even I learn, for example, when it came to thrash metal, the whole I learned about that style.
Is your hand recovered from
Yes, by now, yes. But the cool thing is you really learn something. And I've never been a person that stopped enjoying to learn, and I love to breathe in like information and knowledge. And so I'm learning something, and I have the opportunity to connect with fans, and I can make them learn and educate a little bit. It's just a perfect little YouTube project. And I think it's going to go on for quite a while.
Yeah, keep going, because it's so funny.
It's cool, really.
I'm like terrified. What am I going to do in like 10 months? Like, I don't know. Like, there's this Mongolian throat voice. Somebody suggested it. Like,
I don't know if you know the guy from 10-second songs.
10-second songs? No.
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel. I love it. It's a guy. He's called Anthony, I think, and he do covers from other bands in the style of another band.
Ooh,
he made
interesting.
That's an idea, Jen. I'm
oh my God,
that's
so cool.
So Jen, I have a question in my mind from the first time Amy mentioned it. That is the story behind Broken Pieces Shine. That, as we all know, it's the song dedicated to the fans. So Amy said in an interview that you were with her in the car, maybe in Canada, as I remember.
Yep. And we were driving to the grocery store.
Yeah. I mean, how is this possible?
Well, why not? We're just people. You have to eat. So we need to go to the grocery store and buy stuff to eat.
I was talking about the writing process,
Yeah.
How was it born?
So, how it works is like, as we wrote this album as a group together, everybody throws in ideas. And I had this idea and I sent it to her. And I was like, hey, this is like a pretty cool intro. Like, just wanted to offer this to the whole, project. Maybe that's something. And she played it in the car because she had it saved on her phone, and she played it in the car while we were driving. And she was like, man, I love this so much. And that whole spark started Broken Pieces Shine. And I think Broken Pieces Shine, personally, for me, it's the most emotional, touching song for me personally because of its meaning and what it is about. And it's just so true and so real and right. And it means, that song means a lot to me.
Yeah, and to us too.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. The song is it's so sweet. We can feel the love behind the song.
And I love the way she wrote the background lyrics towards the end. Man, you guys, when I received the stems, I heard just her vocals. My goodness, so freaking fantastic. Really, that girl is just from another planet, really.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
So what about any other working titles like Pickle Mustard for Part of Me?
Better Without You was called Music Box, of course, right?
Yeah.
Because of the beginning, Music Box.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Really, in the beginning, I think there was one song, Farts.
No way.
I can't remember it. Farts in St. Bart's or something.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. And Pickled Mustard, yeah. Oh man, I can't remember.
Who creates these working titles?
Oh,
it's only Amy or all of you?
All of you.
I believe there's a lot of Tim in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it now that you tell me. I can see it.
I'm not sure, but out of a sudden you have that, Dropbox folder called Farts and St. Bart's, and you go like, what the hell is this?
I want to ask you, as you were talking about Nick, Tim, Will, and so on, how it was to research that sound that we can hear from the very first song to the last one. The album has this very particular Evanescence sound, but in another key, it's like a modern Evanescence. I don't know how to explain it.
I believe that when you are a band, a lot of times fans expect a copy of the first super exciting and successful album, and then they want another copy of that. But as a band, you grow as humans, you grow as a band.
Yeah.
Amy isn't the same girl she was like 20 years ago, so of course there is like an evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say that The Bitter Truth is the heaviest that Evanescence ever sounded like. And I agree in some sort, like some ways. But I also feel like it's the evolution that led us there. Because, for example, Synthesis was another beautiful experience and it was great,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe that was also what pushed us even more to the rock side, after Synthesis. Now we really are ready, like, now come on, let's make this heavy guitars and blah. And also you hear every emotion that there is, that all of us went through in 2020 and still going through. There's anger, there's longing, there's wanting, there's missing, there's all these emotions that bubble up in all of us. And it doesn't matter if you're young, old, fat, small, tiny, big, tall, male,
Mm-hmm.
female, it doesn't matter. Because we're, as humanity, like as a humankind, we're all together in this pandemic situation.
Yeah.
And nobody is in a better spot or in a less better spot, because we all have to go through this as the humankind. And I really believe when we maybe reached a point where we do not rely too much on Instagram filters and pretending and faking and denying and all this, look at me, I'm so fabulous, I'm so happy, I have this awesome
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. As soon as we as humans realize that we are human with all of our, scars and bruises or whatever it is, like as soon as you realize that you're human and it's okay to fall apart, it's okay to be weak. You don't have to be superheroes all the time. As soon as that happens, I believe the planet will finally heal. But we have to get there. What was the question?
This was the question.
I'm getting all.
This was the question exactly. I was referring at all of this, and
okay. Did I answer? Did I answer the question?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay,
totally
good.
Answered the question. And
okay.
I was wondering this question because when all the pandemic thing happened, we all can remember Wasted on You, the video, the fun projects, all that stuff.
Yes.
And I personally, with guys, we made our tribute video. But then
we saw that. Trust me, we all saw that.
I hope you like it.
Yep, I loved it. I loved everything that you guys put out there. It's like, the funny thing is, you fans always, not you fans, that sounds wrong, but a lot of fans expect us to not be aware of them. But that's so not it. We're so aware of you guys.
Okay.
We see you. Just say it.
And I was talking about, okay, what is the question? Okay. And when the Wasted on You fun video project, the Evanescence one came, I was wondering if do I have to record myself in my everyday life, or is it wrong? And then I went to like, screw it, I'm gonna do it without any makeup on, in my pajama.
Yes.
And who cares?
Exactly.
And then I saw myself in the video the morning when when the video came, and I cried so much. You can
you just said it. PJs, no makeup, just be real.
Who cares?
That's what it is all about. People need to get real again and stop all that. Look at my incredible lashes. Look at my incredible hair in different colors and everything.
So, is there someone you wish you did a song with?
Nuno Bettencourt. That answer should not surprise you. Come on. What? This is what I say every single time. Nuno Bettencourt, guitar player for the band Extreme.
Oh, I don't know him. Sorry.
Oh, then you haven't seen. I should send you my link there. Look it up on YouTube. There's a video that is called "My Unquestionable Love for Nuno Bettencourt."
I know why.
I missed it.
You are too young.
Maybe. I am so young,
I remember the Extreme band. I remember I listened.
Right? No, he was the first, he was the first virtuoso on guitar that I paid attention to as a kid, as like, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. Not even in puberty, but as a kid. And I feel like he's got this very cool style of playing, which is what the song demands, instead of like overplaying it. A lot of guitar players overplay it. They play too much because they are show-off people. But he played for the sake of the song and whatever the song demanded, and also had this incredible percussive adding to his playing. And I was just like fascinated by that because I've never heard something like that. And ever since then, Nuno Bettencourt.
I'm gonna go on YouTube and search for him.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, fire away.
How you join not how you join, how you meet artistically with Evanescence and Troy. I mean, Troy is a blues guitar player.
Hard rock blues, yeah.
Yeah, hard blues, and you have a background metal. I see.
I don't know why everybody refers to that. I am not a metal guitar player.
Background. Let's say
everybody says that only because I listen to metal. That doesn't make my music sound like metal. I mean, I can, but okay, I get your point. Please finish your question. I'm sorry.
I forgot. Sorry, I make an error. You're not metal, but you are very technical.
Wow, that's a nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I see your. I know you love Steve Vai. So Steve Vai is one of I think, the most incredible technical guitar player. And I don't remember the other guitarist, maybe is a master of technicals. Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen,
yeah. I think is my two favorites.
I don't believe that you can call any guitar player like the most virtuoso or most technical. What inspires me and fascinates me is musicians in general that are working beyond what everybody else does. Like, I think the most influential player for me personally was Matthias Ia Eklund of the band Free Kitchen. Here, Free Kitchen tattoo. I think, and I just recently thought about it yesterday. I want to get a Steve Vai logo right here on my other wrist. I should do that. Yeah. You heard it here first. Never mentioned it before. And I think musicians in general are fascinating and great when they are innovative with how they process music. For example, Steve Vai's playing, first of all, when I was a kid, 10 years old, I was like, oh my God, what is that? I've never heard a guitar sounding like that. A lot of people have that experience with Eddie Van Halen. I've never had that experience with Eddie Van Halen before I heard Steve Vai. So of course, Steve Vai had all this tapping and everything. So it was different in my case, but that's just the time that I grew up. But then Matthias Ia Eklund from Free Kitchen came along, and he's got this. First of all, he's a dear heart friend by now, and he's got this technique with harmonics, and I'm like, how does he even make a guitar sound like that? I've never heard it, and I was so fascinated, and I truly believe that influenced my playing a little bit. Recently, in an interview, somebody said, "Yeah, you sound like Vai-ish," and I'm like, no, the hell, I can't even sound close to that guy. Like, what are you talking about? And then funny enough, and then I watched a video of Steve, and he's like giving a guitar lesson or something, like an older video, and he plays exactly the scale that I was playing, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I haven't even seen that. I'm like, he's playing what I played. Oh my God. So I guess there's this story about that. Yeah.
No. You didn't have to. It's so cool. It's so cool. So,
and you know what? When we did the Jimmy Kimmel thing, I played the Steve Vai Pia guitar, the white one, and I sent him an email. I said, "Hey, Steve, you should check out tomorrow Jimmy Kimmel because I'm playing your guitar, and I just want to let you know how much I love it." And he emailed back, and he said, "Whoa, cool! I'll check it out. Thanks, Jen."
Oh my God!
The Pope just sent me an email.
Yeah. Now you know what it's like when you when you retweet us or you're like,
yeah, it was crazy. Exactly. Yeah, but then I keep telling that to my fan club admins all the time. I was like, guys, it's just me. Just me.
It's Jen.
It's just Jen. You know? Duh. And you know who gave me that name?
No, Jen is perfect.
I love your laugh.
Well, there are two people referring to me as Jen. Yeah. The first person was Jeff Loomis of the band Arch Enemy, because Jeff and I are good friends, and he called me Jen all the time. And I said, this makes me sound so Asian, like it's so weird.
Yeah.
And then one day, out of a sudden, Amy bursted out like, "Hey, Jen." I said, what? You too?
You again?
So, well, yeah, pretty much Amy created that name. So now it's just Jen.
It's always Amy Falls.
Yeah. We always refer as Jen.
Yeah, I know. See my name right there, what I typed? Jen.
Yeah.
Nobody knows my last name anymore. No, it's Jen.
We have one, but it's about the video, so I don't know.
If I can answer it, I'll gladly do.
No. The question is, for Use My Voice, you already recorded the video from Germany.
Yes.
And what changed this time?
It was more of, what changed? It was the same facility. It was the same team. What changed this time is that I had a makeup and hair artist with me.
Yeah, we saw your hair. It was like massive.
By the way, guys, on Sunday, it was like all the way up there.
Massive.
I'm gonna on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central European time. I'm gonna release the Better Without You making of my part of the video on my YouTube channel at 7 p.m.
Wow!
So
that's so cool.
Made a little video for you guys.
Okay, we finish.
Thank you, Jen.
Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for the beautiful talk. This was the perfect ending to my interview day. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for being so lovely, so supportive, so passionate. You mean the world to us, really. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for your time. It's very important for everybody. I told to you, but I told to all the band members. So we do everything for passion, and this is the best reward we can make.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Ciao.